All right, hey friends, I'm going to give you a just a quick election update. This is sort of coming in from the Trump campaign. So the campaign is officially declaring Trump as the winner of Pennsylvania. Here's why. The current margin in Pennsylvania is 454,000 votes for Trump. From the modeling, there's just no way that Biden can make up that margin. It would mean that Biden would have to win 78% of the remaining votes, and because of the ballots that are still out and the counties that are still out, we know that there's just no way that that's going to happen. So it's just President Trump has won Pennsylvania, so we know that to be true. All right, let's see. The Trump campaign is very confident that they will win the state of Arizona. The current margin in Arizona is 93,509 votes for Biden. There are about 605,000 outstanding ballots in the state of Arizona. And President Trump only needs 57.73% of the remaining ballots to win in the state of Arizona. He has earned approximately 62% of Election Day ballots in Maricopa County. This percentage is even higher outside of Maricopa County. So the campaign has called on Fox News and the AP to withdraw their claim that Biden has won the state of Arizona. So we are waiting for that to happen. Of course, we're completely confident that Trump has won the state of North Carolina and Georgia. So as soon as Friday, the Trump campaign is expecting that they will see victory. So that's directly from the Trump campaign and the battleground state information. Still waiting to hear in Nevada. The Trump campaign believes that there is a pathway to victory in Nevada. Of course, they are calling for a recount in Wisconsin because of the narrow margins and because of potential voter fraud. Magically over 100,000 ballots show up and they just all happen to be for Joe Biden. So they are calling for a recount there, which is certainly worth doing. So yeah, I mean, things are still looking good. And, but one thing that I just want to be clear about, everybody, is that, elections are important and elections have consequences. And, this is why I have been, very critical of third-party voting. This is why I've been very critical of those who are Catholic and would dare to cast a vote for someone like Joe Biden, someone who supports the killing of the unborn. Elections have consequences, and this should have been a very easy victory for Donald Trump. But because of foolish voting, because of people who choose to, they're so concerned about, oh well, I'm concerned about making a righteous vote. Yet you collect a paycheck every week from someone who has much worse character than the person you're casting a vote for. It's all so ridiculous. And yet now here we have lives of babies on the line because of all of this foolishness. We did have many victories in the House. We had many great pickups, many great pro-life women that were voted into the House. We still maintain a Republican Senate majority, which is great. We do not maintain a majority in the House. Unfortunately, we have to continue to deal with Pelosi. We had a great win in Louisiana. The Love Life Amendment, Amendment 1, passed, which states that there is no constitutional right under the Louisiana Constitution to abortion and no funding of abortion. So that means that when Roe is overturned, abortion will not be legal in the state of Louisiana. Had a devastating loss in Colorado. Prop 115 failed. Late-term abortion will remain legal in Colorado. The barbaric practice of late-term abortion, killing a viable child in the third trimester, will remain legal in the state of Colorado. That initiative failed. I'm not gonna say a whole lot more about this because I honestly I think I would be I think my words would be too sharp, and I think I need to not. But I will say this: I do believe that President Trump I do believe that President Trump will remain our president for another 4 years, despite foolish votes that were cast, despite people who sat out and didn't vote this election. I do believe that he will be the president of our country for another 4 years. But I also want to say this. I want to say that no matter what, and I'm going to make a whole nother video on election spending because I have a whole lot to say on election spending. I'm very thankful that Senator Lindsey Graham was reelected, but his opponent spent over $100 million on election, on campaigning. It set a record, actually, on election spending, $100 million. Do you have any idea what I could do to serve women? Do you have any idea what I could do to, you have any idea how many abortion clinics I could shut down with $102 million? Yet $102 million was put into a losing campaign, a losing election campaign. I have a lot to say about that, but I'm going to say that later. I have a great sense of peace about the outcome of this election. I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, I did my part and I voted for the pro-life candidate. I voted for the person who has worked for the past 4 years to protect the unborn and to protect our religious freedom and our liberty. And at the end of the day, no matter the outcome, I know that I will work every single day tirelessly to defend the unborn in the womb and to protect their mothers. And so I have a very clean conscience there. Nothing changes for me. No matter who is in the White House, not one thing changes in my work. I continue to move forward. And in fact, not one thing changed today. And I continued to help babies and moms today. But what I hope everyone understands is that if Joe Biden does win this election, which I don't believe that he will, but if he does, those of you who are pro-life that did not vote for Donald Trump, you better be ready. You better be ready to ante up and work harder and give more and sacrifice more than you ever have before. Because you will be one of the reasons that we will now be fighting an uphill battle. You didn't want a pro-life president in the White House? You better be ready to work. Because you will be one of the reasons that our job has now been made tremendously, significantly more difficult. So I don't know what your objective was by saying that you're pro-life, but not making a vote, not casting a vote for Donald Trump. I don't know what your excuse was, and honestly, I don't want to hear it. But if he doesn't end up in the White House, you better be ready to work harder than you have ever worked before. Because you just made our job really, really difficult. So you better be on the front line, ready to work. You better be on the front line, willing to sacrifice. It better be your pocketbooks open, ready to sign that big check. Because you just made our job harder.